Good evening to you wherever you may be in this glorious county. Humboldt Crabs baseball is on the air. Hi, I'm Hoke Holcomb along with my broadcasting buddy, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer. We're coming to you from the Don Turbush announcer's booth high atop the Arcata ballpark, located just a block from the historic plaza in downtown Arcata. And tonight, the second of 3 games between the Crabs and the visiting Top Speed Baseball, who came into the ballpark last night with a record of 21-1. They were the 9th ranked team
Their winning
in the
percentage
nation.
went down a little bit last night.
It went down last night. The Crabs absolutely crushed them by a score of 16-2, and you can be assured they're looking for revenge tonight, and they're sending one of their aces to the mound, a gentleman by the name of Casey Brown, who comes into tonight's ball game with a 4-0 record and a minuscule earned run average of 1.11. So I doubt we're going to see another 16-run
Well, we doubted
outburst.
that last night, didn't we?
We did last night.
And what happened?
We got him.
That's right. So
we can hope for the best.
what does that say about your intuitions?
Are you saying I had bad intuitions? I was definitely hopeful, but a little worried in the top of the second inning last night.
I was a little worried, too, in the top of the second. I agree.
They scored a couple of runs and then had the bases loaded, and an excellent job of clutch pitching in that situation by Jason Alexander, and then he went scoreless innings till he left the ball game with a healthy
was great.
lead.
Ryan Smith, it wasn't Jacob Gomez, it was Merrick Petito and Matthew Hernandez. All came in and pitched great.
No runs at all from
That's
them.
right.
Yeah.
And
So the Crabs won last night by a score of 16-2, and as I mentioned, the only previous loss suffered by Top Speed Baseball was a 2-0 shutout, and that from a team they won 3 out of 4 from. So last night was a very rude greeting to the number 9 rated team nationally in terms of summer collegiate baseball teams. The umpires for tonight have just met with the managers. We've got a very overcast night this evening. The lights are already on at the ballpark.
it's been overcast all day. This is typical July weather, I swear. July 1st in Arcata, the weather turns. In June, it's beautiful, sunny all day, every day, hot. July 1st, without fail, it turns overcast.
Well, we shall see.
Very frustrating. Of course, I don't live up in the hills where it's beautiful every day.
No.
Where you get the sun where you live every day, right? Was it sunny at your house today?
Well, we live in a forest, so the sun often doesn't reach us because of the giant redwoods that we're living among. But, there were parts of Arcata and Fieldbrook that were sunny, but Eureka was overcast
Totally
all
overcast.
day. Yeah. Anyhow, so the folks are out here tonight in the sweaters and sweatshirts and coats, but folks still coming in. We should have a good crowd for tonight's tussle. Let me give you the lineups for the visiting Top Speed Baseball Club. Leading off in left field will be Patrick O'Donnell. Hitting second at second base, Nick Rao. Hitting third in center field, Matt Martinez. Batting cleanup, first baseman Grant St. Martin. Batting fifth, Matthew Minnick, the right fielder. Hitting sixth at third base, Chris Miguel. Batting seventh and serving as the designated hitter tonight will be Mitch Guillemette. Hitting seventh, the shortstop Matthew Tarantino. Batting eighth and doing the catching will be Kyle Schmidt. And on the mound, the aforementioned Casey Brown, and we'll give you a little more information on him momentarily. But now, here is the Professor Benjamin Schaefer with the Humboldt Crabs lineup.
Thanks, Hope. Austin White in center field will lead off. Brian Pozos at second base bats second, and James Altman will be in left field and bat third. Logan Denholm will be the DH and bat cleanup. Michael Perry at third base tonight bats fifth. Nick Warren will be the catcher and bat sixth. Newt Johnson at first base bats seventh. Logan Bush will be in right field and bat eighth. David Hamilton at shortstop bats ninth. And on the mound, it'll be Aaron Herr. Crabs pounded out 14 hits in last night's game, 16 runs on 14 hits. Not only was it did he get a lot of hits, there were a lot of extra base hits in last night's game.
Couple of
home runs and I think 4 doubles.
Yeah, a couple of round trippers. The big one, a 3-run blast by James Outman, which was crucial in that 6-run second inning for the Crabs.
And Pozos with a home run.
And then Pozos hit another home run.
Warren with a triple.
I think we had 4 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs.
It was a big night.
Again, tonight, perhaps a little tougher mound foe in Casey Brown for Top Speed Baseball, and you can be sure that Top Speed is displeased by having been absolutely thrashed last night, 16-2. All right, the Crabs in their home white uniforms with the red numbers on the back, and Top Speed in their white bottoms and yellow tops, different from last night's semi-camo uniforms. So we're about to have our national anthem and a little electric version as a guitarist out by the mound playing with the amps, and here we go. That was not the ghost of Jimi Hendrix.
Although he is lighting the guitar on fire, I see now in the infield.
That was Aaron Dean with an interesting rendition of our national anthem. We've had some really fine. I thought last night.
I'd like to see someone do it on spoons one time.
Would you?
We've never had that. That's the one thing we haven't anybody go out there with spoons and do it on. That'd be cool.
You like that, huh?
Well, I mean,
the lovin' spoons, I guess they would be. So they're taking a moment because they've got to remove that amplifier and speaker system.
That's a nice guitar.
And that was fun. But last night I thought the voices.
Oh, they were fabulous.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was wonderful. All right, folks, still coming into the ballpark. We're not going to have as large a crowd as we normally do on Saturday. I think the weather's keeping attendance down a bit.
Yes, I believe the weather may have tamped it down a little bit.
But it is not expected to have. We're not expected to have any precipitation.
No, it's just overcast. It's just fog. I think my theory that I was explicating last night was that as it heats up, we get more fog off the ocean, and so in July, as the temperature rises, we get more fog on the coast. But I have no idea. Not being a meteorologist.
Well, the old saw about professors is I don't know anything about it, but I'll be happy to discuss it for 10 minutes, right? Academic world. All right, we've got some fire folks
and the police
out to 4 people out to throw the first pitch. Are they all going to throw it at the catcher? Oh, they got 2 catchers out there. I guess they're each going to throw a pitch. All right. Let me set the Crabs for you defensively while we have the pregame festivities. Today is, I think, Military Appreciation Day, but and it was supposed to be camo night, but the team's not wearing its camo uniform, so I'm not sure exactly what that's all about.
I only see one person in camouflage in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see him because he's in camouflage.
Yeah, very good.
But
all right, let me give you the defensive arrangement for the Humboldt Crabs. Aaron Herr will be on the mound. The big right-hander will be pitching to Nick Warren. Newt Johnson will be at first base. Brian Pozos, the second sacker. David Hamilton at shortstop, and Michael Perry at third base. In the outfield, it'll be James Outman in left. Austin White will be in center field, and Logan Bush will be in right field. Yeah, the Crabs had 14 hits, 16 runs batted in. So all the runs that scored were the result of RBIs. That's not always the case. And there were some crucial errors in there, but not resulting in any unearned runs.
Yeah, only 11 of the Crabs' runs were earned.
We have an unusual situation tonight, and that is we have statistics for the visiting Top Speed club, but the Crab statistics have still not been collated. They went on that 7-game road trip, and rather than reporting the statistics on a daily basis, they kind of all were thrown at a Benjamin yesterday. So we will have those statistics for you, I guess, hopefully for the July 4th ball game on
I'll
Monday.
try to do them after tomorrow's game. I'll try to get all the games into the computer tomorrow, and should be accurate by tomorrow night, I hope.
Well, we won't be here tomorrow night, but tomorrow
Yes,
day.
but you can still go online tomorrow night and look at the stats.
That's a very good point.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, Aaron Herr on the mound, and we do not have his updated statistics. We can tell you what he did prior to the road trip, but we do not have anything from there. Going on the road trip, he was 2-0 with a 2.40 earned run average. Leading off for Top Speed Baseball will be the left fielder, Patrick O'Donnell. O'Donnell comes into tonight's ball game hitting at a 255 clip. And what did he do last night?
1 for 4 last night.
1 for 4. Right-handed hitter facing the right-hander, Aaron Herr. Herr gets his sign from Warren, rocks into the windup, and we're underway. The first pitch is hit in the air to right field. Moving over to his left is Logan Bush toward the line, and he gathers it in for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out as O'Donnell skies to right field, 1 away, and that'll bring up Nick Rao, the second baseman.
In last night's game, Rao was 2 for 3 with a run scored.
A lot of these guys have power. Rao, 3 home runs on the season, hitting a crisp .333. Right-hander versus right-hander. Herr gets the sign from Warren and comes to the plate, and it's taken for a called strike 1.
It's our old friend Don Hofacker at home plate tonight.
Hofacker calling the balls and strikes. Michael Cowan at first base, and Dan Murphy doing duty down the third base line. Herr's 0-1 pitch, high with a fastball, 1-1. Flag hanging limply in center field. Wind should not be a factor. Herr's 1-1. That's fouled off behind us. So Herr working ahead on the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
Tomorrow might be interesting because usually Sunday afternoons the wind picks up, and for our day games on Sundays. And these guys hit a lot of home runs, this team. So, and the Crabs have suddenly found their power stroke as well. So we may see a slugfest tomorrow.
Fastball just misses outside. 2-2. Infield back all the way around, outfield straight away. Here's 2-2 offering. High pop-up foul out of play. So we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nick Rao. On deck, their leading hitter and leading home run hitter, Matt Martinez, who led off in last night's game. But first, we got to deal with Rao. Herr comes to the plate, 2-2. Breaking ball is grounded down to the third baseman. A convenient hop there for Michael Perry. Throw across the diamond for the second out of the inning. So Rao, a 2-hopper to Perry, and that'll bring up Matt Martinez. Martinez comes into this ball game hitting .430, 9 home runs, leading the club in home runs, batting average and runs batted in with 23. Last night, he didn't have that big a night.
Last night.
He led off last night.
He led off and he was 2 for 5.
Swing and a miss on a fastball. 0 for 1. Oh, he did get a couple. I thought he only had
He got
one
a couple of
base knock.
singles.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's right. A single and a double, I think.
Oh, did he get a
Yeah,
double?
he made his first 3 were out. There's a high pop-up on the infield. It's going to be third baseman Michael Perry. Gathers it in for the third out. So top speed down in order in the first inning, nothing across, and at the end of half an inning, it's top speed, nothing, and the Crabs are coming to bat. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
No band tonight. I forgot.
No, tomorrow.
I personally like it better.
You like it without the band?
Well, just. Yeah, it's not that I do like the band a lot, but it's just so loud from up here.
30 seconds.
Thank you. Welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to California State and Federal Employees Credit Union member NCUA. At California State and Federal Employees Credit Union, they're all local, all humble, all the time. That's Humboldt's own CSFECU. Join them today.
On the mound for the Top Speed Baseball Club, Casey Brown comes in. This is his 6th start of the season. He has 1 complete game under his belt. In 32 1/3 innings, he has given up only 13 hits, 11 walks. He has fanned 42 batters in 32 1/3 innings, and his record is 4-0, an earned run average of 1.11. He'll be facing Austin White, Brian Pozos, and James Outman. Brown, a left-handed thrower, will be pitching to Kyle Schmidt. The infield, Grant St. Martin at first base, Nick Rao at second, Matthew Tarantino the shortstop, Chris Miguel at the hot corner at third. Brown rocks into the windup. His first pitch of the evening is waved at and missed, a high fastball, strike 1.
White didn't play in last night's game.
In the outfield, it's Patrick O'Donnell in left, Matthew Martinez the center fielder, Matthew Minnick in right. Brown gets his sign from Kyle Schmidt, and the 1-0 pitch, waved at and missed, strike 2. Brown ahead 0-2. And the pitch. Inside and low with a fastball, 1-2. So far, we have seen only fastballs from Casey Brown. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off behind the plate, so we'll do it again. A ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to White, just underway. Bottom of the first inning, we're scoreless. Brown's 1-2 pitch. Inside with a
Good take.
fastball,
That was
2
a
and
close
2.
pitch.
Was. White's got some speed. The 2-2. Inside, ball 3.
Well, he started him off on fastballs and then 2 look like breaking pitches in a row, or else a
Yep.
changeup.
So the count goes full now to White.
Missed with both of them.
They were both close.
They were both close. Down and in. That's what Madison Bumgarner likes to do to batters, is throw that fastball down at the back foot.
Fouled off to the right and out of play. So we'll do it again, 3-2.
Saw today the Giants are after this Cuban infielder, 32 years old. He didn't play this year, but he played in the international, in the World Series. Yeah. And Giants are interested in him with all their infielders out.
Yeah. 3-2 pitch. That's fouled off down the right field line. It'll be well out of play. Pretty good wood on it.
He's had workouts with the Yankees and some other teams. What in the world would the Yankees be doing looking for anybody at this point? If I were the Yankees, I'd be selling people.
Yeah, well, they may do some of that too.
They have no chance.
3-2 again to White. Well, they're in a very tough division. We got the Orioles and the Blue Jays
and the Red Sox.
Yeah, so tough.
Tampa Bay, all of which are better than the Yankees.
3-2 pitch again. Strike 3 called. Austin White turns around and says something to Don Hofacker. Fastball at the knees, 1 down.
Number 2, second baseman from Chico State, Brian Pozos.
Here's Brian Pozos. Pozos, right-handed hitter.
2 for 6 last night with a big home run.
And the first pitch to him a bit inside, 1-0. Brown comes back, 1-0. Ground ball to the right side. Second baseman on the outfield grass. He's not able to get it. It's through for a base hit. So Pozos, a 1-out opposite field single, the first hit of the ball game. And that'll bring up the leading hitter for the Humboldt Crabs, James Outman.
Rao might have fielded that, but it hit the grass seam on the infield and jumped right over his head. I don't know if he would have thrown Pozos out, even if he had fielded it, but at the last second, it hopped right over his glove.
Here's Outman. Left-handed stick facing the southpaw slants of Casey Brown. Pozos held on by Grant St. Martin at first base. From the stretch, the pitch to Outman is a fastball low, 1-0. Brown gets the sign from Schmidt. Comes to the plate. Outman fouls it off to the left, and it's a ball and a strike. One on, one gone. Bottom of the first, scoreless. The 1-1 to Outman. Fouls it off. He was jammed. So Brown ahead now. A ball and 2 strikes on the count. Brown at the bell. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. Second strikeout this inning for Brown. One looking, one swinging.
Number 3, designated hitter.
And that'll bring up Logan Denholm. Denholm serving as the designated hitter tonight. Batting from the right side. Pozos edges off a little further. Brown at the set. Comes home. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike 1. A ball and a strike, to Logan Denholm. Brown set. They got the runner picked off. They got him in a pickle, running him back toward first. There's the throw, and they got him. So Pozos picked off, and the Crabs down in the first inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. And at the end of an inning complete, we're scoreless. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Mad River Brewing Company. Mad River Brewing Company is proud to support Humboldt Crabs baseball. Steelhead Extra Pale Ale is always available on tap, so grab one at the ballpark during the game or join them in sunny Blue Lake for a beer and fish and chips or a burger in the beer garden. They're open every day.
Well, last night we had a scoreless first inning, and then all of a sudden in the second inning, an explosion of runs. 8 runs scored in the second inning last night, 2 by the top speed team and 6 by the Crabs. So here we go into the top of the second inning. It'll be the middle of the order. Middle of the order for top speed. Grant St. Martin comes into the ballgame hitting .417, 5 home runs on the season.
1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored in last night's game.
Right-handed hitter. Her retired top speed in order in the first inning. And his first pitch backs him off the plate. Ball 1. St. Martin will be followed by Matthew Minnick and Chris Miguel. The next pitch is a fastball, just misses inside, 2-0. Hitters count, 2 balls and no strikes. St. Martin looking for a pitch. He swings at a fastball. That was probably outside. 2-1. Big cut. Home run cut.
Not a home run. Contact.
No, home run cut. The 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball, just foul outside of third base. Count even at 2. Two and 2 to St. Martin. Her gets the sign from Nick Warren. And the 2-2 pitch. Way outside with a fastball, and so we're full. Payoff pitch. Got him swinging.
Got him. Nice.
First strikeout of the evening for Aaron Herr. 1 down in the second inning for top speed, and that'll bring up Matthew Minnick. Minnick hitting .350. He has 5 home runs to his credit and has driven across 19.
Had 1 hit and 5 at bats last night.
The pitch. Breaking ball and a good one for a called
sweet.
strike 1.
Yikes.
Started him off with a slow curve and got it in for a strike.
Right over the outside part of the plate.
The 0-1. Got it, same spot. That looked like perhaps a heater, huh?
I don't know. It
Same
kind of looked
spot,
like
though.
the heater, but it looked like he took something. It was not a breaking pitch, but it looked like he took something off it. to
Yeah,
me.
wasn't his
Maybe a change.
wasn't his blue dart. The 0-2. Got him
That
swinging.
was the
Whoa,
fastball.
boy. There was the fastball. Just blew it by him. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up Chris Miguel. Miguel, another right-handed hitter.
He came into the game as a pinch hitter last night and made an out.
Stockily built. Hitting .288 on the season. No home runs. And he takes a called strike. The 0-1. Just misses. Warren framed that one, but Don Hofacker did not buy, and it's an even count of 1-1. 2 gone here in the top of the second. We're scoreless. The 1-1 pitch. That's lined into right center field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Playing it as the right fielder, rounding first and holding of a long single is Chris Miguel. That's the first hit of the ball game for Top Speed Baseball, a 2-out single.
That was well played by Logan Bush. He had a long run to cut it off and prevented the runner from getting to second.
Yeah, we saw some nice fielding last night from Logan Bush
Yes, we
in
did.
right field.
And we saw some spectacular fielding last night from David Hamilton at shortstop.
Yeah. Here's Mitch Gilmet, the designated hitter, a left-handed hitter. The pitch to him is waved at and missed, strike 1. Miguel held on at first base by Newt Johnson. Again, we don't scout these guys, so no way of knowing
He's got a
Miguel.
pretty large lead.
He's not going, and the pitch is low. Let me take a look at their stats here. And I don't find him. Looking to see if he had any stolen bases.
Ringer.
Throw over to first. He dives back, but wasn't really close. A ball and a strike to Gilmetti. Miguel edging off a little further at first base. Herr comes to the rest. The pitch. That's punched into center field, and a leaping catch by the shortstop, Hamilton. So a little line drive, a little soft liner. Looked like it might get in for a base hit, but a nice leaping catch by Hamilton, and that'll do it in the second inning for Top Speed. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of 1.5, we're scoreless. You're listening to Krabs Baseball, KGOE 1480. In Humboldt County because Krabs camps are coming up soon. Krabs camps will be for, well, actually there are 3 different age categories. The 9 to 14-year-old, $95 fee. That's a full week of baseball instruction, and all kinds of goodies come with it. We'll get into that in a little
Kids
bit.
love that Crabs camp.
They're
I know
wonderful.
I've run into a few people whose kids are in the Crabs camp, and boy, they just get a kick out of it.
The 3-day camps begin July 6th. The 9 to 14-year-old camps begin July 11th in McKinleyville. Okay, we'll get back to that. Logan Denholm to lead it off. Designated hitter was at the plate when Brian Pozos was picked off first base, and he takes a called strike, an off-speed strike, 0-1. Brown struck out 2 and then picked off a batter, so pretty successful first inning for the top speed left-hander. The next pitch, a fastball, misses away, 1-1. Denholm will be followed by Michael Perry and Nick Warren. The 1-1 pitch, over but low, 2 balls and a strike. He's got about a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, does Casey Brown. Again, averaging more than a strikeout per inning, and he fanned 2 in the first. The 2-1 pitch to Denholm is grounded down to the shortstop. Up with it is Tarantino. Throws across the diamond for the first out of the second inning. Denholm grounds out short to first, and that will bring up Michael Perry. Perry 2 for 5 in last night's ball game with 3 runs driven across.
Nick Warren.
Brown gets his sign from Schmidt, and the first pitch to Warren is taken for a called strike on the inside part of the plate, 0-1.
This is Perry.
Nick Warren in the on-deck area.
Nick Warren's a good friend.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Did they announce Warren?
Yes.
They announced Warren, oh.
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's Perry.
Did I say Warren?
Yes, just now. It's fine. It's Perry, though.
Yeah, this is Perry. I've been talking about Perry.
No, you were talking about Warren earlier.
Oh. All right.
Perry's a good friend. Remember, were you listening to that broadcast when John Miller, when Hunter Pence hit the home run and John Miller started to say, he said, "I'm Buster Posey," and then he realized
it was Pence.
So he said, "Buster Posey's good friend, Hunter Pence."
He's a Hall of Famer. He can make those adjustments.
They've been needling about him ever since, the other broadcasters.
No balls and 2 strikes to Michael Perry with Nick Warren on deck. Left-hander rocks into the windup and the 0-2 pitch. High pop-up on the infield. It'll be the second baseman, Rao, just on the outfield grass, backing up, and he drops the ball. He looked like he was having trouble. I don't know if he was looking into the lights, but as he backed up into the outfield grass, looked like he was having a little trouble locating it, and that'll go as an error on Rao.
It was a very high pop-up. It looked like it drifted on him at the last few seconds there. It's hard to tell if he lost it or what, but
in any event, Michael Perry, a base runner at first with 1 down, and here is Nick Warren, right-handed hitting catcher.
Errors hurt both teams last night. Let's see if the Crabs can capitalize tonight.
Brown at the set. Comes to the plate. Warren takes a fastball high and away. One and 0 the count. Throw to first base, back standing is Perry. Brown already picked off 1 Crab runner in the first inning, picked off Brian Pozos. 1-0 to Warren. 1 on, 1 gone in the Crab's second inning. The 1-0 pitch. Warren waves at a fastball. It's 1-1.
We have the Loyal Order of the Moose in the park tonight.
All right.
Out in left field having a picnic out there, and then in right field tonight it's Ace Hardware.
Glad to have both groups with us. A ball and a strike to Warren. Brown at the set. Comes to the plate. Fastball, strike 2 called at the belt. 1-2. Grant St. Martin holding Michael Perry on at first base. Brown ahead on the count now to Warren. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. High with a fastball. Not that many walks last night.
Crabs
Pretty good
pitchers
control.
only issued 2.
Yeah. How many did we get? We didn't get a huge
8.
number, did we? Toward the end, we got a
there were 8
goodly number. Yeah.
together. But you're right, most of them were towards the last few innings of the game.
When it was over. The 2-2 pitch. High with a fastball, 3-2. Let's see if Michael Perry is going to be let loose on this 3-2 count to Nick Warren.
I say go for it. It's early, make him make the play.
Jim Wheeler flashing the signs. Throw to first base.
But not before,
Yeah.
Let's not get picked off.
Yeah. Not do that one again. So Wheeler has informed Nick Warren as to what Michael Perry will be doing on this payoff pitch. Brown at the set. And they got him picked off again.
Really?
The throw to second base, he's a dead duck. That's the second pickoff of the ball game. My goodness gracious.
You're kidding.
So the count remains 3-2 on Nick Warren, but now the bases are empty with 2 down.
As Kevin pointed out, it's actually, technically it's a caught stealing because he was going, so. Either way, it's rather lame.
The 3-2 pitch got him swinging. So the Crabs go down, no runs, no hits. There was an error, and again, nobody left. And at the end of 2 complete, we're scoreless. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka. All right.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Harper Ford, Harper Motors is proud to be one of America's oldest automobile dealerships. Established in 1912, they are a true family business. With every Crabs home run, Harper Ford will donate $50 to District 26 Little League, so go Crabs, go. Also, thanks to the Lost Coast Brewery, take a brewery tour at the new Lost Coast Brewery's huge $27 million bottling facility where you'll find T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, bottle openers, stickers, and, of course, beer. Kids are welcome. The tour schedule is Friday through Sunday at 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and 4 p.m. there at 1600 Sunset in Eureka.
Aaron Herr will face Matthew Tarantino, Kyle Schmidt, and then we go to the top of the order and Patrick O'Donnell. Tarantino 0 for 3 in last night's ball game, right-handed hitting shortstop. Each team with 1 base hit.
He had an inglorious game last night. Get it, Tarantino, inglorious?
I got you. Strike 1 the count on Tarantino. Breaking ball and a beauty, 0-2. So Herr working ahead of the hitters. 0-2 to Tarantino. Tarantino hitting .338 on the season, 3 home runs and 15 runs driven across. Here steps off the rubber briefly. Now he's back on. Right-hander versus right-hander. Here kicks and deals. Got him swinging. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Aaron Herr. 1 down in the top speed 3rd inning, and that will bring up Kyle Schmidt. Schmidt did not play in last night's ball game at all, did he? I don't think he made an appearance.
I think he may have come in as a pinch hitter. Let me see. Yeah, no, you're correct. He did not play in last night's game.
He's a right-handed hitter. And the first pitch to him is a fastball right down the heart of the plate for a called strike one. Hers 0-1 pitch fouled off by the dugout of the Top Speed Baseball. So again, her ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 got him swinging. So just as in the second inning, her strikes out the first 2 batters he faces. And that'll bring up Patrick O'Donnell, who flew out to a right fielder, Logan Bush, to open the ball game. Scoreless here in the top of the top of the third inning, with 2 outs for Top Speed Baseball.
Giants are up 1-0 in Arizona.
Breaking ball taken for a strike. How did Cleveland do today? Did they keep
lost.
it going? They finally lost. 14-game streak came to an end. Gee, it took them 19 innings to pick up the 14th, I think.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I think they lost like 9-6 today or something.
The 0-1 pitch misses wide. A ball and a strike.
It's always fun to see teams that haven't been successful in several years play well.
Yeah, yeah. High foul fly ball down the right field line. That'll be out of play. A ball and 2 strikes to Patrick O'Donnell. Breaking ball stays up. 2-2.
Hasn't thrown many of those this evening. Mostly fastballs.
Let's see what he comes with here. 2-2. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball. That one's grounded up the middle. Shortstop. Nice play there by Hamilton. Throw to first base. And they got O'Donnell. Nice play by David Hamilton, and Top Speed down in order in the third at the end of 2.5. We're scoreless. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Rica.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to the Lost Coast, the Alibi. Thanks to Lost Coast Brewery, too, but thanks to the Alibi. 2 locations open on the Arcata Plaza to serve you. They have a large breakfast menu and weekend specials with pub food, local microbrews, chicken wings, live music, and their breakfast menu is even better than ever. It's Crabs board member approved. When the Crabs play, beers are $1 off. Newt Johnson will lead it off for the Crabs, and here's my friend Hope to bring you all the action.
Thank you, Benjamin. Johnson will be followed by Logan Bush and David Hamilton, the bottom third of the Crabs order. Brown has faced the minimum number of batters. There was an error behind him, and he gave up a base hit. Both of those batters were picked off of first base as runners. First pitch is fouled off to the right. Strike 1 on Newt Johnson. Right-handed hitting for Sacker. Brown toes the rubber. Left-hander looks into Kyle Schmidt for the sign. Rocks into the wind and the 0-1 pitch. And that one's fouled off to the right out of play. Late swing on a fastball. So Brown ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Both pitchers have demonstrated good control early in this ballgame. Oh, and 2 to Newt Johnson. The pitch down low with a fastball. 1-2.
Newt Johnson came in as a pinch hitter last night and got a hit and scored a run.
Swings through that one. He's gone. That is the 4th strikeout for Casey Brown. And that'll bring up Logan Bush. Bush wears number 27 on his jersey. Left-handed hitter.
2 for 4 in last night's game with a couple of runs scored.
The pitch to Logan is waved at and missed. Strike 1. Pozos a ground single to the right side. That's been the only Crab base knock of the ball game. The 0-1 pitch is wide. A ball and a strike to Bush. Brown's 1-1 offering is fouled at the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to Bush. Brown's pitch. Fastball just misses a bit wide, and the count even at 2. Here's the 2-2. Got him swinging. Tried to hold up, but he definitely went around. Strikeout number 5 for Casey Brown. So as advertised, Brown came in as a dominant pitcher with a lot of strikeouts to his credit, and with 2 2/3 innings gone, he has already fanned 5 Crabs batters. That'll bring up David Hamilton, left-handed hitting shortstop.
1 for 3 last night, 3 RBIs.
That pitch breaks the bat, and he grounds it slowly to the second baseman, who's up with it and throws to get the speedy Hamilton. Very quickly, the Crabs gone in the 3rd inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and at the end of 3 complete, we're knotted up at 0. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka. Yes, sir.
Like it matters what the Dodgers do.
What happened? The Dodgers win?
I guess they're leading.
Oh, no.
They've got a little lead going.
They've been playing good lately. The Dodgers have been playing good. Telling you about those Crabs camps. The camps for ages 9 to 14 begin July 11th through 15th in McKinleyville, the 18th through the 22nd in Arcata and Fortuna, and the 25th through the 29th in Eureka. That's $95 fee. What does that get you? Well, it gets your child a full week with the best baseball players in Humboldt County. Your child will learn from both Crabs coaches and players, and will also receive, listen to this, a Humboldt Crabs t-shirt, a youth Crabs pass to all Crabs home games, and a 10-game strip of tickets, which can be used by the parents. That's a $65 value in its cents, 110 strip per family. So it's an incredible deal, and I can tell you, boy or girl, your child will really enjoy the experience. We've had so much great feedback on Crabs camps. Also, there will be an advanced camp for ages 12 to 15. That'll be $65 per camper, and that's for serious players who want help with their batting, pitching, or other skills they feel need improvement. Keep telling you about those Crabs camps. And if you want more information, you can contact Roger Lorenzetti, and you can phone him at 499-9075. That's 499-9075. We'll get you his email in a second. The first pitch is a breaking ball to Nick Rao for a strike, 0-1. Rao will be followed by Matt Martinez and Grant St. Martin, the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters, facing Crabs right-hander Aaron Herr. That pitch is popped in the air, fouling out of play, and the bat went over by the photographer to the left of the plate, so we lost the bat.
Dangerous
No
down
damage.
there on the field.
Yeah, no damage. Everybody okay. Getting a little rosin or pine tar, rubbing up the bat so that they're able to hold on to it. So Aaron Herr ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Nick Rao. Herr's 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball is popped behind us. So we'll do it again, 0-2. The 0-2 again fouled out of play. So Nick Rao making Aaron Herr work here. Thus far in the ball game, both pitchers have been ahead on count after count, showing good command by the right-hander for the Crabs and the left-hander for top speed, and that one's fouled off by the Crabs dugout. So again, we'll do it 0-2 as the bat boy Finn Warner brings out a bevy of balls to home plate umpire Don Hofacker. Right-hander versus right-hander. Herr's 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball stays up, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, very high with a fastball. So the 2 waste pitches were wasted. Not close. As Benjamin would say, not enticing enough to the batter. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Breaking ball stays up. Oh, the scoreboard said 2-2, but I guess it was 3-2. No. It was 2-2.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Our scoreboard operator is never wrong. He has not been wrong all season long. And so the batter was wrong. But it is 3-2.
That's an embarrassing mistake for a hitter. He's hearing it from the fans, but he's grinning.
He's grinning, and so is home plate umpire Hofacker. A little chuckle on that one. Yeah, you got to get 4 in this part.
Nice try.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot. What the heck?
Let's go. The 3-2 pitch. That one is ball 4, all the way to the backstop. So after being ahead 0-2, Aaron Herr found a little
He missed high with 4 pitches in a row.
Yeah. So the leadoff batter aboard for the first time in the ball game for either team, and the big guys coming up for top speed. Their number 1 hitter, their number 1 power hitter, stands in now. Matt Martinez hitting .430 with 9 home runs on the season. Throw to first base and back on his belly is Nick Rao. Rao edges off. The pitch to Martinez. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Strike one. He was going for the downs with that cut. Crabs left fielder James Outman plays significantly deeper than the left fielder Patrick O'Donnell for top speed baseball. The next pitch is grounded to the shortstop. This could be two. To second for one. The relay to first. It's a double play. Well executed by Hamilton, Pozos, and Newt Johnson. And very quickly, the bases are empty and two are gone. Here's Grant St. Martin, another guy with power and average as well, hitting .417 with 5 home runs on the season. He was the first strikeout victim of Aaron Herr in this ball game. First pitch, strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch misses wide with a fastball, 1-1. Well, last night the Crabs' bats exploded. Tonight looks like we got ourselves an old-fashioned pitcher's duel.
I think we're going to.
1-1 the count to St. Martin. The pitch over at the knees. Fastball for a called strike two. Her ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. The pitch swings and just gets a piece of it. Fouls it off. We'll do it again, 1-2. Don Hofacker is going to throw a new ball out. One and two the count. Her's 1-2 pitch. Misses wide. Now, prior to the last pitch, Don Hofacker put a new ball in play. But when he got the old ball, rather than throwing it out, he put it back in his bag.
Well, he has a bag on one side. He has two. He has probably one for balls that are no good and one for balls that are good. You'll see he has 2 pockets.
Yeah. You think that's it?
I'm speculating. I don't know.
I would think, well, we'll ask him next time he's up here. Because generally you'll just see him roll the ball toward the dugout or something if that ball's out of play. Again, we got a full count now on Grant St. Martin. Her threw that last one to the backstop. The 3-2 pitch over the head of St. Martin. So suddenly the plate doing a bit of a dance for Aaron Herr. His second walk he's given up this inning. The first one was erased on the 6-4-3 double play, but now a runner at first with 2 down. And here is Matthew Minnick.
Most of the pitches that have been balls have been high, way high, very high, ever higher, as a matter of fact. First he was missing slightly high, and that last one was over the batter's head.
There's one for, misses. I don't know what that was wrong with that. A little low.
Yeah.
Okay. 1-0 to Matthew Minnick, a .350 hitter, 5 home runs on the season, 19 driven across. Fastball for a strike at the belt. The count even at 1.
Giants now ahead 3-0 in Arizona.
This is good news. Excellent news. Smarge is pitching tonight, isn't he? Yeah, must be. The 1-1 pitch, fastball in the dirt. It goes to the backstop. So on the wild pitch, Grant St. Martin moves into a scoring position, and the count is 2-1. So Herr, who had been sailing along through the first 3 innings, getting into a little difficulty with his control here in the 4th. 2-1 the count to Minnick. St. Martin leads from second. Herr's 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is grounded just foul outside of first base. That was a good breaking pitch. He got Minnick to reach for it, and all he could do was hit a weak grounder down the first base line. Right-hander versus right-hander. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second base. Long look into Warren for the sign. Now Herr is ready. A glance back to second, and the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball into right field. That's going to be in there for a base hit, I do believe. It is a base hit. Rounding first and going back to the bag, and they got him at first base, and he's safe. The runner has touched the base, but there's going to be an argument on that call. I think he's wrong. I think he was out at first base before the runner touched home base, and Tyson Fisher has given Don Hoffacker
face
all he can give him, and I think Tyson's right. I think that out was recorded before the runner touched home plate. We were watching it here. That was my interpretation.
Come on, wake up!
And now Fisher has gotten the heave-ho, and he throws his hat on the ground. He is as hot as a firecracker on the 2nd of July. Tyson Fisher now kicking dirt on the plate. He's kicking down. He's still going into the face of Don Hoffacker. Oh, he didn't like the call. That's a big one. That's a big call here at the ballpark because it gives a run to Top Speed Baseball. On the play, Greg St. Martin came around to score as the runner rounded first base. The throw behind him, they tagged out the runner Minnick, credit him with a run batted in. The question is, was the out at first base made prior to the runner touching the plate? If the out was recorded prior to the runner crossing home plate, then that run would not count because the third out had been recorded. But Hoffacker ruled that the runner had already crossed the plate prior to the out being made at first base, and I think he was wrong. I think he missed it. Can we watch that on YouTube tonight?
Yeah, you can watch it later.
All right.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube tonight. It was in the top of the 4th inning, and you can review that
We'll post
play.
Don Hoffacker's home phone number out of the video.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, that's going to be a bone of contention, a big call because it led to a run. Had that call not been made, it would be a nothing
Well, we know from Einstein there's no real simultaneity, so maybe relativistic physics has something to do with the mistake, or not a mistake, but maybe time was dilated home plate and Don missed it.
Well, I don't know about that physics stuff, fella. I just know.
May have been, you know.
I think that out was recorded before that man touched the plate. All right.
Because, the umpire's never wrong, so.
Yeah. In the big leagues, they're wrong on 45% of the contested calls. Now, obviously, those are the close calls, and this would be a close call, but we do not have instant replay here, but we can look on YouTube.
Well, a big play for the Crabs to get the out at first, too.
Yes, it was. First pitch to White is taken for a called strike one, and White was displeased with the calls by Hoffacker in his first at bat. You'll recall he went down looking in the first inning. Now, Austin has had a propensity to strike out this season. When he hits the ball, when he puts the ball in play, he can be a handful, but he strikes out quite a bit. Fastball low bridges him inside, 1-1. White will be followed by Brian Pozos and James Oatman.
I just fear that Don's damaged his relationship with the Crabs now, that call. And that's why Austin White.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Here's the 1-1. White takes a fastball up, 2 balls in the strike.
Well, now Tyson Fisher has to go home because Don threw him out of the game.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to go home, but.
Has to leave the dugout area. Probably down in the trainer's dressing room. The 2-1 pitch over the plate, but low, 3-1. And the pitcher, Casey Brown, questioned that call.
That altercation between Don and Tyson really got the crowd going. They're suddenly in the game.
Well, Tyson Fisher pulled the old Shorty Ames, kicked dirt on home plate. He covered home plate.
That was his best performance in terms of getting thrown out so far.
Fly ball into center field, but that's going to be playable for Matthew Martinez. He's back a few steps under it and makes the catch for the first out.
I think that's about the angriest I've seen Tyson get.
Oh,
I've seen him thrown out before. He's been thrown out once this season already, but that's about the angriest I've seen him get.
Well, you can understand because that huge call. That's a run.
It's likely this game could easily be decided by 1 run.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very close game. probably.
Here's Brian Pozos. He has the only hit of the ball game for the Crabs, a one-out single back in the first inning, and he was promptly picked off by Casey Brown. He shows bunt, and he puts it down. Brown quickly off the mound to field it and throw to first in time to get him. Nice fielding play by Brown. It was not a bad bunt.
Next up, number 8, left fielder James Outman.
Brown was off the mound. Boy, I was as quick as
Very
I've seen
quick.
a pitcher come off the mound because he had to go to his right toward the third base line and get it and threw
I
accurately
think that's
to
a
first
tough
base.
play for a left-handed
I would think
pitcher
so.
as well.
Yeah. 2 down. Here's Outman, who was a strikeout victim in the first. James, leading Crabs hitter and leading power hitter. Lefty versus lefty, and he fouls the first pitch off. Strike 1. Bases empty, 2 gone in the Crabs' fourth. Crabs on the short end of a 1-0 count. A disputed run in the top of this frame. There's a weak grounder to the second baseman. He's got it, and he doesn't have it. It comes off his glove, and it trickles toward right field, and we're going to have to see how that's scored. I don't know if he'd have had him had he picked it up.
I don't think he would have
quickly.
gotten him. Let's call it a hit.
That's going to be an infield single. An infield hit for James Outman. It was a do-or-die play for Nick Rao. He wasn't able to get it, but even if he had come up with it, he'd have had a tough time getting Outman. Outman's got good speed. A 2-out single, and that'll bring up cleanup hitter Logan Denholm, who's serving as the designated hitter in tonight's contest. Outman held on at first base by St. Martin. As we say, he's got speed, but we've already seen Casey Brown pick off 2 batters, so Crabs aren't likely to be running in this situation. First pitch is fouled off by Denholm, strike 1.
All sponsored by Times Standard Newspaper.
No balls and a strike to Denholm. Outman leads from first, not a big lead. The pitch, fastball away, 1 ball and 1 strike.
CJ Cron went 6 for 6 with 5 runs, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Angels win 21-2.
1-1 the count to Denholm. The pitch to Logan. Fouled off to the right and out of play. So Brown working ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Brown has already fanned 5 Crabs batters in 3 2/3 innings. Young man has been as good as advertised. Now he goes to first base.
I can't even watch anymore.
All right. Back on the rubber is Brown. The 1-2 pitch. Again fouled off. We'll do it again, a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count to Denholm. Brown is set. He kicks and deals 1-2. Way high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Perry in the on-deck area, hoping to get an at-bat this inning. If Denholm can keep it going. 1 run, 2 hits for Top Speed. No runs, 2 hits for the Crabs. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. So Denholm Make Casey Brown work here. He in the home half of the fourth inning. Brown comes to the rest. The 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 6 for Brown. The Crabs down in the fourth. No runs, a hit. No errors, one left. And at the end of 4 complete, it's Top Speed 1 and the Crabs nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball on KGOE 1480 Arcadia Eureka.
Making their way around the ballpark. Be sure to buy both.
The Alibi with 2 locations open on the Arcata Plaza to serve you. Home of the best Bloody Marys in town, large breakfast menu and weekend special. Crabs board member approved. Pub food, local microbrews, chicken wings, live music, and our breakfast menu is even better. When the Crabs play, beers are $1 off. That's the Alibi on the plaza. And Eureka Rubber Stamp Company. The Eureka Rubber Stamp Company, been in business in Humboldt since 1954, locally owned and operated, manufacturing rubber stamps, engravings, vinyl signs, lanyards, and novelty items, stencils, and more. They're located at 520 F Street in Eureka, business hours 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Top of the 5th inning, a pitcher's duel 1-0 for all the action. Everybody's favorite professor, Benjamin Schaefer.
Thank you, Hoke. Chris Miguel will lead off for the Top Speed in the top of the 5th. 1-0 in favor of the Top Speed. There's a breaking pitch that misses inside. It's 1-0. A controversial play at home plate gave the Top Speed the lead. I didn't see the play, but I'm pretty sure he was out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. I mean, I'm pretty sure the run didn't score in time, but 2-0 the count.
Miguel had the first base hit of the ball game for Top Speed back in the second inning.
And a 2-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Good pitch. 2-1. Aaron Herr out on the mound for his 5th inning of work. Now Holfacker calls time. Now we're ready to go. Here's the 2-1. Ooh, misses high and inside. 3-1. Herr a little shaky with his control last inning. He walked 2 batters, one of whom scored.
Yep, the only run of the game, a walk.
Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. So he walks the leadoff batter to start the 5th.
Number 19, designated hitter, Mitch Coleman.
Here's Mitch Golmet, who popped a short in his first at bat.
Last 3 batters, walk, single, walk. Single was thrown out as he rounded first too far. A nice play by Logan Bush in right field to throw behind the runner and nab him.
And he's showing bunt, and he bunts it foul down to the third baseline.
And the question on that play was the out recorded by Newt Johnson at first base prior to Grant St. Martin touching home plate? And Don Hofacker and the Crabs manager, Tyson Fisher, saw it a little bit differently.
Yeah, they eventually had to agree to disagree. No one won the count. Here's the pitch. And that goes all the way to the backstop, and on his way to second is Miguel on the wild pitch. So Aaron Herr struggling with his control.
Well, that's exactly what happened last inning. A walk, a wild pitch to second base, and then he scored on the single. No action as of yet in the Crabs' pen.
A ball and a strike is the count to Gilmet. Her looks out at second. And now deals. He's showing bunt again, and he bunts it out in front of the mound. Her has it. He'll go to first as the runner will advance to third. So the sacrifice is successful as Gilmet is put out 1-3.
Next up, number 1, shortstop, Matt Tarantino.
And that brings Matt Tarantino to the bat.
And that brings the Crabs infield in all the way around. The way Casey Brown's pitching, each run is
they really can't afford
big.
to give up another one.
Will they squeeze here?
I wouldn't be surprised. Here's the pitch. Runner's not going, and it's a breaking pitch on the inside corner. Will they have him bunt, or will Tarantino be unchained? Get it?
Very good.
Unchained.
Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
The 0-1. Breaking pitch down and away. It's 1-1. Giants are up 5-1 now in Arizona. 1-1 the count. Miguel over at third. Here's the pitch. Oh, in the dirt all the way to the backstop. The runner started to come home, but turns and goes back to third, and that was a wise decision because, as we've seen so often in this ballpark, that ball caromed right back to Nick Warren. Two and 1 the count, but Her really struggling.
Plate doing a dance for Aaron Her last 2 innings.
Here's the 2-1. Tapped foul over towards the top speed dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. Miguel over at third, 1 out, 1-0. Top speed. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The 2-2 slider down and away, and the count goes full. Well, I suppose if he walks him, that wouldn't be the worst thing to happen because then the Crabs could go for the double play, but
I don't think they would. I think they'd keep the infield in. We'll see. Hopefully that won't happen.
3-2 the count. And the pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Tarantino was headed to first, but he will head to the dugout instead. That's a called strike. He's not happy about the call.
Next up, number 23, catcher, Kyle Schmidt.
5th strikeout of the ball game for Her, and in a big spot. Boy, that's what he wanted. Now the infield can move back into regular position.
So a 2-away. Here's Schmidt. Struck out in his first at bat. And the pitch, fastball down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0 is in the dirt. 2-0. Yikes. I wouldn't be surprised to see someone getting up in the Crabs bullpen fairly soon, because Her is all over the map with the pitches.
Yeah, the command he had earlier has eluded him the last inning and 2/3.
2-0 the count. These are good hitters. You can't keep getting behind them either. So far he's been okay. 2-0. High hopper out to short. On it is Hamilton, throw to first. He throws it away. The run's going to score to make it 2-0. And on his way to second is the runner. Here comes the throw, and he's out at second. But the run comes across that time to make it 2-0 in favor of the top speed. Schmidt thrown out at second. So for the top speed, there was 1 run. There were no hits. There was an error, and nobody left. And at the end of 4.5, it's 2-0 in favor of the top speed. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark.
Buddy, I see that.
You know, Patty Stokeham has been a Crab sponsor and supporter for more than 20 years. Patty Stokeham at Remax Realty, she's been selling real estate for that long, for 20 years. She'll handle all the legwork for you and cover all the bases. Give her a call today at 496-3295. You can find her on Myrtle Avenue in Eureka. Patty Stokeham, that's Remax Realty. All right, heading into we're halfway through the contest. The Crabs on the short end of a 2-0 count, facing a very tough southpaw, Casey Brown. And for all the action, here's Benjamin.
Thank you, Hoke. Michael Perry to lead it off. Aboard on an error in the second inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Top Speed. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. The run that scored last inning was an unearned run. Here's the pitch to Perry, and he takes right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. Oh, the 0-1 almost hit him. Or did it? Nope. Just missed hitting him on the back foot. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Brown rocks and comes home, and that's hit high in the air into right field. Playable. Moving towards the line is Manick, and he has it for the first out of the bottom of the 5th.
Next up, number 4 catcher, Nick Warren.
Nick Warren will come to the bat. Struck out in his first at bat. Brown has 6 strikeouts so far. And the pitch to Warren is a fastball on the inside corner. He's got a good fastball that cuts across the plate on right-handed hitters, breaks in on them. The 0-1 breaking pitch misses just high, and it's 1-1. Now there's some action in the Crabs bullpen. We've got a right-hander warming out there. Ball and a strike to count to Nick Warren. Newt Johnson's on deck. And the next pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 breaking pitch misses down and in. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th. Crabs down by 2. And the pitch. Ooh, just misses low. Good take, and it's 3-2. This is more the sort of game we expected to see last night.
Yeah.
The count is full, and here comes the pitch. Ball 4.
Is that our first free pass of the night? I think.
Believe it is. Yes, it is. So Warren's aboard with 1 out. Newt Johnson will be the hitter. Johnson struck out in his first at bat, and he takes a pitch down and in. Warren a modest lead over at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled out of play.
That foul ball sponsored by Humboldt Beer Works, brewing, cider, and distilling supplies for the Humboldt Nation.
That was a Humboldt Beer Works foul ball. 1-1 to count. And he steps off.
Okay. Look out for crabs after the game. Okay.
The 1-1 misses high, 2-1. Warren takes his lead. Brown sets and deals 2-1. That's a high fly ball to right field. 2 away.
Next up, number 27, right fielder Logan Bush.
Logan Bush will come to the bat. Struck out in his first at bat. Brown sets and comes home with a fastball that I guess is low. Maybe inside. The 1-0 pitch fouled up against the screen. So 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. To Bush with Warren over at first. From the set, here's the pitch. This is down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Brown steps off again now. Takes a little walk behind the pitcher's mound. Now he's ready. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss. A big cut from Bush, and it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Way outside. And the count goes full. Full count. And now toss to first. Brown works considerably slower when he's got runners on. Now he's ready. Now he tosses to first yet again.
Brown has been impressive, obviously, as a pitcher. Striking out a lot of batters and giving up just a couple of base knocks. But he's also been impressive in terms of his fielding ability, the way he came off the mound and handled the bunt, and his pickoff moves. He's picked off 2 batters. So complete package on the mound.
3-2 pitch. Line back off his glove, off the shortstop's glove, and into center field. On his way to third is Warren. And he will hold there with runners on first and third. That was a shot off of Brown's glove, off of Tarantino's glove, and into center field. That'll go for a hit.
Almost nailed the third base umpire, who had to dive to get out of the way of that one. Third base umpire plays over near second base with a runner on first, so he can make that call should there be a a steal or a close play at second, and he just got out of the way of that, did the third base umpire, Dan Murphy.
All right, so that puts runners on the corners with 2 outs for David Hamilton. Big opportunity here. The Crabs trailing 2-0.
Hamilton would love to make amends for that error that allowed the run to score in the top of this frame. And it was a tough play, too. Deep in the hole at short.
It was, yeah. Here's the pitch. Fastball rides high. It's 1-0. Warren at third, Bush at first. 2 outs, 1-0 the count. Fastball in there for a called strike on the outside corner. 1-1 is the count. Don Holfacker's strike zone is considerably narrower than it used to be. He used to have a very wide strike zone. He doesn't really call those wide strikes as much anymore.
You're right.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count. And the pitch. In there for a called strike, too. That was right over the heart of the plate. So a ball and 2 strikes to Hamilton. Runners take their lead. Brown sets. And the pitch. Oh, fastball just misses outside. A good take by Hamilton there. That was a close pitch. And I think Brown thought he had him struck out. Now the catcher's going out to the mound to have a word because he's not happy.
He took a couple of steps toward the dugout. He thought he had strike 3 there.
All right.
Smart move by catcher Schmidt's part to go out and try and settle Brown down after
just give
that
him
call.
a minute to take a
cool
breath.
off.
And, yeah. So the count's 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 on. Crabs trailing by 2. Chance to get back in it here with a base hit. The 2-2. High tapper over the mound. The shortstop's got it. He's going to step on second, and that will end the inning. For the Crabs, no runs, a hit. There were no errors, and 2 left at the end of 5. They trail 2-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball. 1480 KGOE.
True Motion Fitness is a unique approach to movement health. We feature muscle activation techniques, personal training, and a unique movement space, all focused on building a stronger, balanced, and stable you so that you can move through life and desired activities with greater enjoyment and efficiency. True Motion Fitness is located at 901 O Street in Arcata. You can give them a call at 822-3018. And North Coast Audiology, we're always working to provide our patients with the best possible care. Our work is an integral part of a viable Humboldt County. We believe strongly in the 70-year history of audiology and that the field as a whole must be protected and refined by serious students and careful practitioners. Contact Judy Kelly at 2818 Harris Street in Eureka. Give her a call at 443-4503. Top of the 6th inning, and here's Benjamin.
All right, O'Donnell to lead it off for Top Speed, with the Top Speed leading 2-0. Arizona's come back a little bit in that game. It's 5-3 now in favor of the Giants. And meanwhile, Aaron Herr deals a fastball down low. It's 1-0. There has been a Crabs pitcher warming in the bullpen, so I suspect Herr will be on a fairly short leash in this inning. 1-0 the count. And the pitch in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 down low, 2-1. Her rocks and deals 2-1. There's a ground ball back up the middle. Backhanded by the second baseman. Throw to first is in time. Nice play by Brian Pozos. One away. That'll bring Nick Rao to the bat. Rao is 0 for 1. Her rocks and comes home with a fastball that misses high. The 1-0 pitch. High in the air on the left side. Drifting in the foul territory right near the bag is Perry, and he has it in fair territory for out number 2.
You know, Herr has only walked 3 batters. One of them was quickly eliminated via a double play. The other 2 have scored the only runs of the ball game. Oh, those bases on balls.
I'll kill you. Here's Martinez, 0 for 2. He hits a tapper off his knee for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Got him to go after a high fastball there. 0-2 the count. Strike 3. Boy, he's very late on that fastball. Martinez gone. And the Top Speed go in order in the top of the 6th. They lead 2-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. We are back.
All right. Let's thank the North Coast Co-op, a natural foods consumer-owned cooperative grocery store located in the far reaches of Northern California, surrounded by redwood trees where the mountains meet the sea. With one location in Eureka and one in Arcata, we feel fortunate to live in a place of immense beauty while serving the needs of our Humboldt County community. In Arcata, it's 8th and I Street. In Eureka, it's 4th and B. That's North Coast Co-op, a good place to shop. Good ball game. Crabs have out-hit Top Speed 3-2, but they trail in the all-important run category 2-0, and they'll send the top of the order up to face the left-hander Casey Brown. And for all the action, here's Benjamin.
All right, thanks, Hoke. Here's Austin White to lead it off. He's 0 for 2. Brown rocks and deals a fastball down low.
Third baseman Miguel playing about even with the bag. The rest of the infield is back.
The 1-0 pitch. Misses down low again, 2-0.
Brown also not quite as sharp as he was in the earlier innings, falling behind hitters, whereas he was dominant and ahead in the count throughout the first 4.
2-0 pitch. Lined at the shortstop, 1 away. Out on the end of the bat.
Yeah.
And right at Matthew Tarantino. Here's Pozos. He's 1 for 2. And the pitch misses inside. It's 1-0.
Huh?
Want to know the count. And the pitch fouled out of play.
All sponsored by Humboldt Beer Works, brewing, cider, and distilling supplies. Humboldt, Maine.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count. 1 out, nobody on for the Crabs, trailing by 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Game 2 of a 3-game series with Top Speed Baseball. Fastball misses inside. 2-1 now to count. James Outman's on deck.
A little action now in the Top Speed bullpen, a right-hander throwing behind Casey
Yeah,
Brown.
Crabs I'm sure wouldn't be sorry to see Brown go. 2-1 pitch. Misses down and away, 3-1. Pozos was inclined to go for it, but held up. Here's the 3-1 from Brown. Fouled out of play. So the count goes full to Brian Pozos with 1 out. Brown shakes off a sign. Now he's ready. Winds, and here's the pitch. Oh, called strike 3 on the outside corner. No way, dog. Wake up. What was that, dog? Come on. 2 away.
Well, you were saying he didn't have that outside strike. That looked like a pretty
That
outside
was
strike
about
to me.
3 feet outside is what that was. Don not ingratiating himself here tonight. I'll say that much.
No, he's he's making some enemies here.
Here's Outman with 2 away. And the pitch to Outman is breaking pitch down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0 is tapped slowly over towards first base.
Foul
That
ball.
was foul ball. Hit him on the foot. So 1-1 is the count. That was like the old Dong, like popped up suddenly in that at bat.
That was a big call, you know. Runner on first with 1 out
Absolutely.
as opposed to bases empty with 2.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a couple of calls that have hurt.
It was like a flashback to the older Don. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1. Inside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-2, ooh, just misses down and away. Brown thought he had him, and so did the third baseman. They were heading off to the dugout. Instead, it's called a ball, and it's 2-2.
He asked where that ball was, and home plate umpire Hofacker indicated it was wide to the left-handed hitting outman.
Really? Well, it wasn't as far out as the one that got Pozos.
Yeah.
2-2 the count. Tapped over the mound and out into center field, backhanded behind second base by the second baseman, but no play. Outman's aboard. That is the fourth hit of the game for the Crabs. They've out-hit top speed 4-2, but they trail 2-0. And with 2 outs and Outman at first, here's Logan Denholm. He has grounded to short and struck out so far tonight.
Every hit after the first inning has come with 2 outs. They've all been 2-out base knocks.
Here's the pitch, fouled out of play. So 0-1 to Denholm. The 0-1, fouled out of play again. So Denholm in an 0-2 hole. Oh, and 2 the count. And the pitch. Fastball misses high. It's 1-2. Outman over at first. There are 2 outs.
Thank you.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blew the fastball right by him. That's all for Denholm. Is that strikeout
8.
8 now? For Brown. For the Crabs, no runs. There were no hits. There was 1 hit. There were no errors and a runner left. And at the end of 6, they trail 2-0. This is Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE.
We got some 3-day camps for ages 6 to 8 in Crabs camps. These 3-day camps, the total fee is $45. And the first one will be July 6th through 8th in McKinleyville. Then July 18th through 20th in both Arcata and Fortuna. And finally, July 25th to 27th in Eureka. These are 9 to 12 o'clock, 3-hour classes. And it's a good deal. It's a new thing. All right.
Sounds great. Austin Ragsdale is the new pitcher on for the Crabs. The line on Aaron Hurst, 6 innings pitched. 2 hits, 2 runs, one of which was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6. Her stands to get the loss if the Crabs can't come back in this one. So right-hander Austin Ragsdale on in relief. Here in the top of the 7th, it'll be St. Martin, Minnick, and Miguel for top speed. And the first pitch from Ragsdale is a fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. The 0-1 is swung on and missed, 0-2. So he's quickly ahead of St. Martin. So far tonight, St. Martin has struck out and walked. Oh, 0-2 the count. Hit down the right field line into foul territory, drifting towards the bullpen. Logan Bush gives it a long run, but will not catch up with it. So the count remains no balls and two strikes to St. Martin. And the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. That'll be all for St. Martin. 1 away. Here's Matt Minnick. Minnick has struck out and singled in a run. Ragsdale rocks, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike. Suddenly, the strike zone has gotten wider the last 2 innings, I'd say. 0-1, fouled out of play. No balls and 2 strikes is the count to Minnick. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for top speed. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Here's the 0-2. Down low. The 1-2. Outside it in the dirt. Tried to waste a pitch, but it was too far outside, and now it's 2-2. Two pitch. Ground ball in the hole on the left side and through for a base hit. So Minnick's aboard with 1 out. That'll bring Chris Miguel to the bat. So Minnick is over at first with 1 out. He's got a pretty good lead over there. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. The 0-1. Down in the dirt, 1-1. Toss to first, and runner dives back safely. One pitch. In the dirt, and it goes all the way to the backstop. Minnick will go to second. Wild pitch. Yep. So now they got a running in a scoring position with 1 out. That could be a big pitch. Counts 2-1 to Miguel. Crabs trail by 2, and with the way that Casey Brown is pitching, they really cannot afford to give up another run. 2-1. Way outside, 3-1. 3-1 is swung on a miss, and he throws the bat all the way out to third base. Some of the top speed hitters having trouble holding on to the bat tonight. So the bat is returned by Michael Perry, and the count is full to Chris Miguel. Three balls, 2 strikes to count. Minnick out at second. Here comes the pitch. Ball 4. Ouch. First and second now with only 1 out. Here's Gilmet. Gilmet is 0 for 2. So Minnick at second, Miguel at first. With only 1 out, a chance for the top speed to pad their 2-0 lead. And the pitch. In there for a called strike at the knees. The 0-1 hit foul past third base and out in the left field picnic area. One two now the count to Gilmet. Runners take their lead. Ragsdale sets and deals. Swung on a foul, tipped, and it rolls up against the backstop. So the count remains 0-2. And the pitch. Called strike 3 at the knees. Got him. Nice. Nice job by Ragsdale there. That's a big out. So 2 away now for Tarantino. And the pitch to Tarantino is a fastball in the outside corner. It's 0-1. That one, next pitch is in the dirt. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 high tapper over the mound out towards second base. Pozos has it. He steps on second. That'll end the inning. Crabs get out of it. No runs. There was a hit, no errors, and 2 left. And at the end of 6.5, it's 2-0. Top speed. This is exciting. Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Michael Perry and Nick Warren and Newt Johnson will bat in the 7th inning for the Crabs, trailing 2-0. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Top Speed. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Crabs.
Interesting to note, Benjamin, that both of the Top Speed runs came after 2 were out. Tyson Fisher might argue that one of them came after 3 were out.
Yeah, indeed.
And you can check that on YouTube, 4th inning. We hope. I mean, we're not sure that it has the full coverage of that play, but I would think
Well,
so.
I don't know if you can see, the screen quality is not that good. It's not like, I mean,
But you could slow
really
it down,
the reason,
right?
yeah, I don't,
Go into
I have
slow-mo.
no idea.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
No, I doubt it has that kind of, Here's the pitch to Perry, and it's a fastball missing inside 1-0. Really, the reason to go to the YouTube game is just to listen to us.
Well, of course.
Because in
Yeah.
between games,
Yeah.
you really want to have, access.
February joy.
Yeah, 1-0 the count. This is inside 2-0, and Library of Congress called, and of course they want to enshrine our broadcast there.
Oh, yeah. But the Hall of Fame has first dibs, I think.
2-0 the count. Fouled out of play. It's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to count to Michael Perry. Fastball misses inside. It's 3-1. Perry is 0 for 2 tonight. $495 folks at the ballpark tonight. Oh, 606 is our attendance tonight. 495 sounded small, yeah. Oh, that one's lashed high in the air and deep and foul. That made it onto the freeway, but a foul ball by a good margin. That put a charge in some of the fans sitting down here behind home plate.
That cleared the fence, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
So the count's 3-2 to Michael Perry. He calls for time and it gets it. And steps out a little bit. Now he's ready. Casey Brown gets the sign and deals. Line on the hands, and he hits it foul in the air, and it's going to drift into the Top Speed dugout. That'll be all for that bat.
Yep. Well, Harper Motors gives us $50 for every home run, but every broken bat costs us $75.
Yes. And now with those thin handles that the ball players like, they break a lot of bats.
I still think we're breaking a lot less than we had when we had those composite bats for a couple
I think you're
of
right.
years.
Yeah, for a while there, we were, yeah. That's
And some of
I
those
think
were
you're
really
definitely right.
dangerous. I mean, I think
They just shatter.
Yeah.
They're just
Splintered.
wickedly sharp shards
Yeah.
flying all over the infield, yes. No, these are much better. 3-2 is the count to Michael Perry. And the pitch. Ground ball at second base on a few hops. Backhanded throw to first. Got him. Nice play by Nick Rao. 1 away. Here's Nick Warren, the catcher. Warren has struck out and walked tonight. Crabs running out of outs. 1 out, bottom of the 7th, trailing 2-0.
right-hander bearing down in the bullpen for Top Speed.
And the first pitch is a ground ball. Left side, backhanded by the shortstop Tarantino. Throw to first, 2 away. Newt Johnson will be the batter. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out.
Want to remind you that tomorrow we've got a 12:30 game as usual on Sunday. But the 4th of July game is scheduled to start at 2:30 in the afternoon.
2:30.
A rare starting time.
Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, there'll be lots of festivities, obviously, on the plaza on the 4th of July that people can go and check out before the ball game and afterwards as well. Next pitch misses inside. 1-1.
Well, there won't be much afterwards.
Really?
Yeah, I think they wind up around 5.
Are they having
over
fireworks in Arcata this year?
No. In Eureka, but not in Arcata.
It often ends up being sort of a waste since we have many overcast 4th of July.
Yeah, last year was good, though.
Last year was good, yes. 1-1 the count. Down low, 2-1. Two outs, nobody on. 2-1 to Newt Johnson. And the pitch. High fly ball in the infield. Is the pitcher calling for it? Now it's foul territory, and it'll be the first baseman, St. Martin, to put it away for out number 3. So the Crabs go quietly in the 7th, trailing 2-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Telling you about those Crabs camps. If you want more information, you can email, and I'll give you the email address. It's Roger Jean, RogerJean 56. No spaces there. RogerJean 56 at gmail.com. And Roger Lorenzetti can answer any questions you have about crab camps. They're coming up soon. The 3-day camps for ages 6 to 8 begin July 6th. That's next Wednesday.
Yes.
At Hiller Park in McKinleyville. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have a pinch hitter to lead off the 8th inning for this pinch hitter is for Schmidt. This is number 19, which means that it is. Nope, can't be 19. 13, I guess.
Drew Taylor,
it looks like. Yep, Drew Taylor takes the first pitch down and away. It's 1-0. Austin Ragsdale still on the mound for the Crabs. And he hits that one high in the air, foul territory, right side. Over to get it is Johnson, and he has it for out number 1. So Drew Taylor, we hardly knew ye. With 1 out, here's O'Donnell. And he shows bunt and takes the pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Going 1 the count. Ragsdale in the windup. Deals a fastball low. Now they're pelting the crowd with T-shirts and small balls for some reason out here in ballpark. There's a high hopper on the right side. Johnson has it. He will take it to the bag himself. 2 away. That'll bring Nick Rao to the bat. First pitch from Ragsdale is a breaking pitch that misses down and away. 1-0 is the count. The 1-0 fastball's in there at the knees for a called strike. 1-1. The 1-1 in there again at the knees, and it's 1-2. Rao grimaces and takes a little walk outside the batter's box.
Don Hofacker is not pleased either team tonight.
No, he is not, and many of the fans are unhappy as well. Breaking pitch down and away, 2-2. I'm convinced that's why they wear black.
Why is that?
So they can sneak out after the game, be unseen.
All they need is their camo uniform or camo.
That's right. 2-2 the count. Line into right center field. That's going to be trouble, and it's going to bounce all the way up the warning track and all the way to the wall. Rao cruising around first. He'll hold up at second with a stand-up double. Well, that's the first extra base hit we've seen in a while. Maybe. With Rao out at second with 2 away, here's Matt Martinez. Martinez 0 for 3.
Their number one hitter has been held in check thus far this evening. Didn't do anything against her.
Fastball down and in. It's 1-0.
You know, her pitched a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, he sure did, yeah.
6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. One of them was unearned.
Yeah, and one was controversial.
Yeah, first one was a questionable run.
It was questionable. The only thing that hurt him was a little bit of wildness.
Yep.
1-0 the count. Foul tipped, and it's 1-1.
I think he did, yeah.
1-1 pitch. Misses high, 2-1.
That's perfect, yeah.
2-1, grounded foul past third base. It's a right-hander warming in the Crabs bullpen. Two balls, 2 strikes the count, 2 outs, runner out at second, 2-0 in favor of the top speed in the top of the 8th inning. The pitch. Tapped back to the mound. Ragsdale has it. He tosses to Johnson, inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left. At the end of 7.5, it's 2-0 in favor of the top speed. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs on the short end of a 2-0 count. It's been a
That Nick Brown, a glutton for punishment. He's out for his
8th inning of work. It's been a classic pitcher's duel. Each team with but 4 hits. Each team has committed 1 miscue. But in the run department, the top speed able to push across 2. The first, a controversial run in the 4th inning. The third out was made just after the run crossed the plate, according to home plate umpire Don Hofacker, and that brought out Crabs manager Tyson Fisher, who had a hissy fit at home plate, ended up taking off his hat and throwing it to the ground and kicking dirt on the plate, and he got the heave-ho. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 8th, Benjamin. Let's get us some runs.
All right, Logan Bush to lead it off. Batting left-handed against the left-hander Casey Brown. There's a fastball down and in. It's 1-0. Bush is 1 for 2. Crabs only 6 outs left, trailing 2-0. Brown winds and comes home, and that one's hit hard but foul on the ground on the right side. One and one is the count. And there's a breaking pitch line up the middle and off the shortstop's glove in the center field. That'll be a base hit. Bush aboard to lead off the 8th. That was very similar, I think, to the last time he got a hit, wasn't it? He hit a ball off the pitcher's glove, and then the shortstop dived for it, and it glanced off his glove as well and went into center field. So almost an identical hit for Logan Bush.
Like a pinball.
I think that was Bush, right? Wasn't that Bush that had the same hit?
I think it was, yeah. I think so.
So he's aboard with nobody out here in the 8th. Crabs, this is their chance. Here's Hamilton. 0 for 2. Crowd coming alive now. Now Hamilton asks for time and steps out. Here's the pitch. Misses inside with a fastball. It's 1-0. That right-hander out in the top speed bullpen is bearing down. He's ready to come in any minute. 1-0 the count to Hamilton.
I would think if Hamilton were, or if Brown were to lose Hamilton, we might see the right-hander come into pitch
Yeah, that would be
White.
my guess, yeah. There's a pitch down low, and it's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to count. And the pitch. Fastball rides high. It's 3-0.
Got the take here?
Absolutely.
3-1, I got the take again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd make him throw 2 strikes.
I would.
Before swinging.
I agree.
He's tired. Maybe getting a little wild.
3-0 the count. And the pitch. Hamilton taking all the way, and it's a called strike.
That's right down the pike.
Well, maybe I'd let him swing here, since he did get that last pitch over. 3-1 the count. Ball 4. All right. Tying runs are aboard with nobody out in the 8th inning. And now here comes the manager, and that should be it for Brown. Well, he's not gestured towards the dugout. There he goes. Now he's coming. So Brown is out of the game.
All right, so as we have a new pitcher coming in, Casey Brown gets greeted warmly by his teammates coming off the bench. He pitched a heck of a ball game. He goes out, has a chance to win it. He cannot lose it. The 2 runs on base are his responsibility. Were they to score, it would be a tie ball game. So the reliever's coming in a save situation, and we'll get a name on him pretty soon. While we're waiting, we want to thank Mad River Brewing Company They're proud to support the Humboldt Crabs baseball, and Steelhead Extra Pale Ale is always on tap. So grab one at the ballpark during the game, or join us in sunny Blue Lake for a beer and fish and chips or a burger in the beer garden.
Mario Morales.
We're open every day. That's the Mad River Brewing Company. And Harper Ford. Harper Motors is proud to be one of America's oldest automobile dealerships, established in 1912. They're truly a family business. Trevor Harper today, great-grandson Trevor Harper, oversees the operation that's been serving the North Coast for over 100 years. With every Crabs home run, Harper Ford will donate $50 to the District 26 Little League. So go, Crabs, go. Well, Harper Motors put out $100 last night. Sure be nice to see him put out $50 right here.
That's right. Mario Morales, number 17, right-hander, coming in to relieve Casey Brown. Crabs have Bush out at second and Hamilton at first. Nobody out, trailing 2-0. Big spot in the game here.
This is Morales' first relief appearance of the season. He has started 3 games. Has an ERA of 2.79. And he's got a record of 3-0. So he's been very effective as a starting pitcher. And now they're bringing him in a key relief role here, and he's going to face the top of the order, Austin White.
All right. Here we go. He's doing quite a bit of groundskeeping out there on the mound. Now he's ready. White steps in and awaits the pitch. He's showing bunt. And he gets it down in front of the mound. They're going to go to third for the force, and they got him. He bounded it right back to the pitcher. And Morales turns and throws out Bush at third.
Next up, number 2, Brian Pozos.
Well, it wasn't the kind of bunt that is a good sacrifice because it was right back to Morales.
Too hard and too straight.
Too hard and too straight, exactly. So with Hamilton at second and White at first, here's Pozos.
That was a big non-productive out.
Yes, it was. Here's the pitch. And he takes a breaking pitch on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
Crabs fans all over Hofacker.
The 0-1. Foul tipped off the catcher's mask, and it bounces up against the screen. It's 0-2 now on Pozos. Pozos tonight is 1 for 3.
That first strike was where the catcher caught it. It was a ball, but it's where the ball goes over the plate that counts, and I think it was a strike. The slow curveball, and I think he got it.
The 0-2. Broken bat, fly ball in the infield. It's going to bounce in front of the first baseman, and he's not going to have a play. Bases are loaded. Rao and St. Martin were converging on it. Neither one of them got it. Infield hit for Pozos. He didn't hit it very hard, but the Crabs will take it. Bases loaded, only one out now for James Outman, who is pretty much their best hitter at the moment. That's a tough play for Mario Morales. He got a good fastball in on the hands on Pozos, and Pozos just popped it in the air and didn't stay up long enough for St. Martin to get to it.
Now the top speed, making sure they've got their defensive alignment set, how they want to do it. I would assume they're going to play for 2 here.
I would assume that as well. James Altman with a big chance here. The Crabs trailing by 2, but the bases are loaded with only 1 out in the bottom of the 8th.
Altman has 2 of the Crabs' 6 base knocks on the evening.
Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Morales. Morales gets the sign. Now he sets. And the pitch. Fastball misses away. It's 1-0. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. Big cut there from Outman. One and one the count to Outman. Hamilton at third, White at second, Pozos at first. Time is called. Now we're ready. Morales at the set. Now he comes home. Misses inside with a fastball. 2-1. Two balls, one strike, the count to Outman. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. That was a huge cut. Outman takes a little walk. Now he's back in the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch right here. Here it comes. Misses high, full count. And the tension builds. Here we go. 3-2 the count to Outman. Now he calls for time. Fans begging for a hit. Here we go. Oh, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Outman down on strikes. Logan Denham will be the hitter with 2 outs. Crabs still have a chance. A base hit likely ties the game. Denholm is 0 for 3. Here we go. Hamilton at third, White at second, Pozos at first, 2 outs. The pitch. Fastball misses away. Yeah, you better dust off home plate, Don. Want to know the count. The 1-0. Oh, called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Don, what are you doing out there, man? One and one to count. Huge at bat here, and the pitch. Fastball misses inside under the hands, 2-1. Two and one the count. Morales deals, swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Here we go, 2-2 to count to Logan Denham with the bases juiced. Crabs need a hit desperately. Here's the pitch. High pop fly in the infield. Should end the inning. First baseman's under it. They collide and it hits foul and he's out. He collided with the first baseman. The ball drops in the foul territory and that's all for the Crabs. But now both dugouts emptying as the top speed guys rushed out onto the field and now we have an altercation between both teams. And I don't think he hit him on purpose. I don't know why the top speed players came rushing out onto the field like that. It was obviously a collision running down the first base path that was accidental because the ball was hit high in the air. I don't think Denholm knew where it was, and so now Crabs player, I just hate to see that.
Yep.
Well, the rally is squashed because Denholm's out on runner's interference there. And for the Crabs, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left. They trail by 2 at the end of 8. Now both teams are heading off the field as Crab security is down there. But I really don't see why I don't see any reason why the top speed players rushed out onto the field like that. That was just totally unnecessary. I mean, it was obviously an unintentional collision between Denholm and the first baseman.
Right, and the umpire called him out
immediately. Immediately, there was no question about what happened. All right, well, both teams have returned to their dugouts now, and the Crabs are heading out to the field trailing 2-0. This is Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Strange ending to the 8th inning. The Crabs with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Logan Denholm hit a high pop-up that the first baseman was about to catch. Logan hustling down the line, and the two converged. And Logan was immediately called out by the home plate umpire, which is the correct call.
And that's what he has to do. He has to run down the line. What's he supposed to do?
Yeah, but he can't make contact with a fielder.
Right, I get that. No, of course. But, I mean, it's not like he went out of his way to collide with the fielder.
No. So a little delay here in the action. Crabs fielders are out on the field. I'm not sure exactly what's being.
Well, I think they should have ejected at least a couple of. I mean, whoever started that fight on the top, whoever rushed out from the top speed dugout should have been ejected because there was really no reason for that at all.
So the Crabs players are out on the field. The umpires.
They've got a pitcher warming in the bullpen. Maybe Ragsdale was ejected.
I don't know where the umpires are now. I see them
I don't know
nowhere.
where they are either.
So the Crabs players are on the field.
Some of them.
Some of them. There's no catcher
Here
now.
comes the umpires now out from the I suppose they were in their own clubhouse, the umpires' clubhouse, which is over on the left side of the ballpark. But only one umpire now returning to the field. And I think Ragsdale maybe got thrown out because, like I said, the Crabs have somebody warming in the bullpen and there's nobody on the mound. Here comes Don Holfacker.
So once again, we can't tell you what's happening because they have not provided us with a little
I don't really know.
radio that could connect us with someone down near the field to let us know what is happening.
It's definitely a delay. Obviously, I can't imagine what the delay would be at this point unless they're
discussing who has been ejected from the game.
Hard to know.
That's not something typically.
Well, only a few of the Crabs have returned, so I'm assuming some of the Crabs got thrown out.
The three outfielders are out there. I think there's a catcher, and I think the infield is out there. So you're perhaps correct. in assuming that Ragsdale got tossed out of the game.
I don't know. A lot of people are just standing around out there at the moment and not really sure what's going on. There's a conversation going on between one of the umpires and
Can you go down and find out what the heck's going on?
and
Kevin Ayert, who does our post-game show.
Wyatt.
What did I say?
Whatever.
Kevin Wyatt is going to go down and see if he can find out what all the delay is about and what exactly transpired in the way of ejections, if any.
I think they're clear. I don't know what's going on now. The pitcher stopped warming and is headed towards the dugout. So the infield is just standing around on the pitcher's mound. And I have no idea what could be the holdup now in the game. One of the umpires is over speaking with the players on the top speed side.
And one had gone out to the mound to talk to the Crab players that had aggregated out there. I think that is the Crabs infield and catcher.
Yes, definitely Warren's still in the game. Pozos is still in the game.
I think that's Michael Perry at third. So I think it must have been the pitch. Well, now wait a second. There's 6 guys out there, so that would
so
be
the
the
infield's
pitcher
intact.
catcher
It looks like.
and the pitcher catcher. It looks like the Crabs have 9 players out on the field now.
Oh, maybe they do. So what are they waiting for? And
Well,
now there's a conversation between the Crabs coaches and the umpires.
Hopefully, Kevin is going to be able to come up with some
Maybe we
information.
should go
for
to a
us.
commercial and come back when we know
Let's
more.
do that.
All right, this is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Was it Watland?
Yeah, it's Justin Watland. All right, we are back. The latest update is that Justin Watland has come into pitch, so I don't know if Ragsdale was tossed or not. He is warming up. There's still a conversation between the umpires, 2 of the umpires. Don Hofacker is nowhere to be seen. 2 of the umpires are speaking with the players on the top speed team. And I don't know what's going on there. They're now congregating out in front of their dugout. Crabs are warming up on the infield, so I guess we're getting ready to move on to the next half inning. But still no sign of Don Hofacker. So not sure what's going on.
Well, I think in this situation it's like an injury, so the new pitcher coming in gets as many warm-ups as he needs.
Yeah, but I think I'm guessing that Ragsdale was tossed from the game. It's Justin Watland on in relief. It'll be St. Martin, Minnick, and Miguel, the heart of the order for the top speed, if they're all still in the game.
Well, when Kevin gets there, let me give him this microphone if he has a report to share with us.
You can hear him coming up the stairs.
No ejections.
There were no ejections.
No ejections.
No ejections.
No ejections, and yeah, they're just cooling off right now.
Well, I hear now. I've
Holfacker said
heard.
they didn't eject anyone. Holfacker said he didn't eject anyone.
So we're not clear if Logan Denholm got ejected or
I
not.
can run down one more time. Yeah.
But anyway, we're ready to go. Here's St. Martin against Watland. And hits a high fly ball on the infield behind second base. It'll be the shortstop, Hamilton, to put it away for out number 1. Here's Minnick, Matt Minnick. Minnick tonight is 0 for 2. Watland rocks and deals a fastball. It's fouled up against the screen.
Well, why have the umpires changed? That's
knows?
not Don Hofacker behind the plate.
No, in fact, Don hasn't emerged from. There's only 2 umpires on the field at the moment.
Yeah, I wonder if he got injured in the melee.
I hope not.
Well, we certainly do hope not.
The 0-2 pitch is hit high in the air to center field. Going back on it is White, and he has it for out number 2. Yeah, I certainly hope Don is okay.
Well, something untoward must have happened because
Absolutely,
we
yeah.
only have 2 umpires out there now.
No, he's not on the field. I didn't see him go down or anything.
Well, you couldn't see anything over there
Couldn't,
for a
no,
while.
but
It
I
was
mean, he came off the field on his own. I mean,
Yeah.
he walked off the field. Miguel now is the hitter. He takes a fastball down and away. It's 1-0. Tonight, Miguel is got a hit in 1 official at bat, and then he's walked a couple of times. Next pitch is down low. 2-0 the count. 2-0 pitch. Fouled out of play, and he loses the bat. Again, that's the second time tonight he's lost his bat. And that time it went up against the backstop. So 2-1 the count. Two balls and 1 strike. The count to Miguel with 2 outs. Nobody on. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high. 2-2. For the Crabs in the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Perry, Warren, and Johnson. High in the air to left field. Outman coming in a few steps. And that's out number 3. So they go in order in the top of the 9th. Stay tuned. Crabs are coming up, trailing 2-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, here we go. It'll be Perry, Warren, and Johnson. Last chance for the Crabs against Mario Morales, who is trying for a save with the top speed up 2-0. The first pitch to Perry is a fastball at the knees for a called strike. It's 0-1.
We'll see if he's willing to come.
Here's the 0-1. Perry takes outside, 1-1. That was a slider. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for top speed. No runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Here's the pitch, and he fouls it out of play.
Crabs wasted a big opportunity in the 8th. Had the bases loaded
Yes,
with
they
1
did.
out.
Yeah.
Could not get anybody home.
So Logan Denholm has been thrown out of the game. The 1-2 pitch misses high, 2-2. And I'm just surprised by that. It seemed obvious that he didn't collide with the first baseman on purpose.
Yep, we'll get Hofacker up here soon.
2-2, slider misses. Oh, just away. A good take by Perry. And it's 3-2. The 3-2 in on the hands, and he fouls it out of play into the seats, where Crabs fan bobbles it and drops it. Worst fielding fans in the world here at the Arcata Ballpark.
It's so bad we can't even give you the fielding percentage of the fans in the stands.
It's embarrassing.
It
really is. 3-2 pitch. Hammered into left field and deep. Going back at the warning track. He's got it for out number 1. Perry hit it good. I thought it was gone off the bat.
Gave it a ride.
But O'Donnell catches it at the warning track in left field. So with 1 out, here's Nick Warren. Warren 0 for 2. These teams will meet again tomorrow at 12:30. Here's the first pitch. It's a fast breaking pitch that misses high. It's 1-0. Should be a great game. Crabs winning last night handily, and, well, we'll see what happens tonight, but they're trailing 2-0 with 1 out in the 9th. And already a lot of tension between the two teams now. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. That was a good hard slider. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. The 1-2 called, strike 3 at the knees, and that's all for Warren. Crabs down to their last out. It'll be up to Newt Johnson, who's 0 for 3.
Next up, number 17, Newt Johnson.
All right, this is it. First pitch to Johnson. Fastball misses high. It's 1-0.
He was in the middle, something is kind of just tired from it.
1-0. Way outside. 2-0. Definitely the most contentious ball game we've had this season. 2-0 the count. Swing and a miss. A big cut there, and it's 2-1. Home run won't help him. Crabs need a base runner. The 2-1. Called strike on the outside corner, and the count goes even. Crabs are down now to their last strike. Two. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball game over. So the top speed win it 2-0. A great pitching performance by Casey Brown, and the Crabs unable to put any runs on the board, although they did have a big chance in the 8th inning. That was it. That was their one and only chance, and they couldn't make good on it.
Final totals on the ball game for the victorious Top Speed Baseball. 2 runs on 4 hits. They committed 1 error. The Crabs, no runs, 6 hits, and the Crabs also had 1 miscue. It was a game with all kinds of things happening. In the 4th inning, Top Speed scored a run. Tyson Fisher thought after 3 were out. But the umpire, Don Hofacker, ruled that the out at first base, the batter had singled and rounded first base too much. A fine throw by Logan Bush back to Newt Johnson nabbed him at first base, but Hofacker ruled that the runner crossed the plate prior to that, and so that run accounted. Tyson Fisher was apoplectic.
Yes, he was.
And just threw his hat down and was in Don Hofacker's face, and then he got the heave-ho, and then he kicked dirt all over home plate, a la Shorty Ames of a few years ago. So that was a run that was disputable, in dispute. Then they picked up a second run in the 5th inning, and in the fifth inning, they had a walk, a wild pitch, a sacrifice bunt, and then the run scored on an error. It was a tough error on the Crabs' shortstop, David Hamilton, deep in the hole. He got it with on a two-out grounder, and his throw to first base was errant and allowed the run to score. Then in the eighth inning, the Crabs loaded the bases with only one out, couldn't get the run in, and the third out occurred on a high pop-up that the first baseman was about to catch, and he was run into by the batter. And the batter was called out immediately, correctly, by the home plate umpire, but that resulted in a major rhubarb. The two teams came out onto the field and did a little bit of tussling, and Denholm was tossed out of the ball game, which struck us as I don't know, a little strange, because clearly he did not intend to hit the fielder. The fielder wasn't hurt. He was called out, and yet he got ejected for that. And then in the ninth inning, the Crabs went down in order to lose their ninth game of the season against 12 victories. So tomorrow afternoon should be a day early, but we should have some fireworks at the ballpark. 12:30 game time. The rubber game of this three-game match between Top Speed and your Humboldt Crabs. Well, that'll do it from the ballpark tonight. For my broadcasting buddy, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, I'm Hoke Holcomb, and we're rounding third and heading for home. Wow. Well, we certainly had all the excitement we could want, but just didn't get the win. You'd rather have the win.
No, it's not up. Yeah, actually, it's not nothing until the. Nope.
What time is it?
It's about 9:45.
Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
Yep. I'll be there.
There's that football coach, that guy, Steve whatever from HSU. You know him?
Huh?
Bald guy, the football coach from HSU. Steve.
Who, Rob Smith? Or? He's a.
Big, tall, bald guy.
Oh, I know who. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You sent him on a union meeting, right? So the union paid him to go around the union.
Yeah. Yeah. Fans, if you're trying to clear the ballpark, please make your way to the exits. Please make your way to the exits. We are trying to close down the ballpark. Thank you.
Once a jock, always a jock, my friend.
Unbelievable.
All right.
All right, well. Guess I have to. Really?
And welcome back to the Arcata Ballpark. Man, that was a tough game for the Humboldt Crabs. After winning last night 16-2 over Top Speed Baseball, their bats were awfully quiet tonight as they dropped this game 2-0 against Top Speed. And this team is 23-2, Top Speed Baseball is. So really, it was kind of a surprise seeing the game last night turn out the way it did. But tonight, Top Speed showing how tough they can be and beating the Humboldt Crabs again tonight. 2-0. Starting pitcher Casey Brown for Top Speed Baseball, able to hold the Crabs scoreless for 7+ innings. And Crabs had their chances, but were unable to really get anything across as they ended up not being able to score at all in this game. And another thing interesting about this game, it's certainly a lot of fireworks, even though 4th of July still isn't for another couple of days. We saw fireworks on the field, a couple of ejections, and the benches cleared at one point, and made things a little more interesting than they otherwise might have been in a 2-0 game. The first instance happened in see, what inning was that in? The first instance in which it was the third inning in which that run scored for Top Speed Baseball. It was actually the fourth inning, excuse me. It was the fourth inning. Looking at the spot on my scorebook, the fourth inning. And what happened there was it was a no-score ball game at the time. It was a no-score ball game, 0-0. And in that bottom of the fourth inning, second baseman Nick Rao led off with a walk and then a double play by Matt Martinez, so no one on and 2 out. It seemed like any other ordinary scoreless inning. But after that, Grant St. Martin, the first baseman, walked, advanced to second on a wild pitch, and then after that, Matt Minnick, the right fielder for Top Speed, Matt Minnick, hit a single to right field. They waved in a Grant St. Martin, and it was a great play in right field by Logan Bush, and Bush really charged that ball. It was a hard-hit ball, line drive into right field, and Bush really charged it. And instead of trying to get the runner out at home, he actually went to first base where he was able to get Matt Minnick rounding first, and he was tagged out trying to retreat back to first base after he rounded it on the single. And it looked, at least from our vantage point, and certainly from the vantage point of Tyson Fisher, we'll get to that in a minute, but from our vantage point, it appeared that Matt Minnick was tagged out trying to get back to first base before Grant St. Martin crossed home plate. That's what it looked like to us. And Tyson Fisher, based on just his body language, we didn't hear what he said, but you could just see his body language, that he vehemently disagreed with that call and really was animated in showing home plate umpire Don Holfacker his displeasure with that call. Threw his hat on the ground, kicked dirt on home plate, was ejected. So Tyson Fisher in that fourth inning was ejected after that argument over that call. Again, he felt that the runner, Matt Minnick, was tagged out trying to get back to first base after he rounded it on the base hit before Grant St. Martin crossed home plate. That was how he felt about that. And Don Holfacker disagreed with that and ejected Tyson Fisher, the Crabs manager, in that fourth inning because of that argument. So the Crabs were without their manager after that fourth inning, and that's how the first run of the game was scored by Top Speed. They got their second run of the game in the fifth inning. Chris Miguel led off with a walk, advanced on a wild pitch, sacrificed to third, and then there was an error. It was a throwing error by the Crabs shortstop, David Hamilton. It was a good play for him to actually get to that ball, as he really had to reach deep in the hole, but the throw was wild, and that allowed Kyle Schmidt, the catcher, to advance and make it, and he actually got thrown out trying to go to second. So it was an overthrow that allowed him to advance safely, and because he advanced to first base safely, the runner, Chris Miguel, was able to come in and score, and that was well before Kyle Schmidt was thrown out trying to get the extra base on the air at second base. He was thrown out 3-6, but the error alone allowed Chris Miguel to be able to come in and score. And that was the second run of the game. That really was, and that was it. Had a few base hits here and there, and otherwise It was a quiet night for both teams, really. A quiet night for both teams as the Crabs held to just 6 hits. Top Speed Baseball only had 4 hits of their own, but they did turn those 4 hits into 2 runs. Aaron Herr actually pitched very well, and he takes the tough luck loss tonight. Aaron Herr went 6 innings, allowed only 1 run. Actually allowed 2 runs, but only 1 of them was earned. So only 1 of the runs was earned. And overall, he did allow those 2 runs, but because of that error in the 5th inning, it did not count against his ERA. But again, charged with 2 runs overall. Only gave up 2 base hits. Struck out 6 and walked 3. And those 3 walks really were what hurt him, along with that error, more than anything else. And then, of course, the controversial play in that 4th inning, again, throwing out the runner Minnick, going back to first base before the runner was able to come in, Grant St. Martin able to come in and score. So really, Aaron Herr, a run scored because of an error. That was the 2nd run. And then the 1st run was scored on what could be very well considered a controversial call. It was Don Holfacker, the home plate umpire's call at the plate. And he ruled that the run did score, which allowed it to be 1-0 in that 5th inning, that error 2-0. That was all that Aaron Herr allowed, so he pitched very well, but as with the game of baseball goes sometimes, the win-losses don't necessarily reflect your performance, and you can pitch very well but still pick up the loss. And Casey Brown, though, for Top Speed Baseball, he pitched very well, so nothing to take away from him as well. 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, no runs, of course, and struck out 8 and walked 2. As Mario Morales came in with 2 innings of scoreless relief, allowing only 1 base hit and struck out 3. As far as the Humble Crabs are concerned, we had Aaron Herr in his 6 innings. We gave you those numbers. Austin Ragsdale had 2 scoreless innings of his own, allowing 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 1. Justin Watland, a scoreless inning, did not strike out or walk anyone. The Humble Crabs bullpen, I think, has been a bright spot on the team this year. Offense has had its good performances. It's also had times where it's been relatively quiet. Pitching much the same way. They've gotten some great games out of their pitching staff, their starting pitching staff, but other times, it's been a struggle. But the bullpen, it seems, has really been consistent in how well they performed, as really most of the time we see them come in, they really don't allow anything to come across by the other team, and 3 get scoreless innings again tonight as Austin Ragsdale, Justin Watland able to keep the Crabs in the game, but unfortunately for Humboldt, the offense really just wasn't working today. Now, really, we had some fireworks I was mentioning earlier. We haven't gotten to the 4th of July yet, but we had some fireworks in this game. Taking a look at it, it was in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Logan Denholm was at the plate. The bases were loaded with 2 out, and of course the Crabs hadn't been able to get the offense going all night. That was their best chance to really come back in the game. The tying runs were in scoring position, so all Denholm needed was a base hit, and when Denholm was at the plate, he swung on, popped it straight up in the air, and really slammed his bat down in frustration, was really upset at himself for not being able to make great contact and drive in those runs. But as the ball was in the air, the first baseman for Top Speed was Grant St. Martin, was going under the ball to try to make the catch. He was right on the baseline and in the path of Logan Denholm. Well, Denholm collided with him. And according to the rules, Denholm was out because of interference. The base runner is not supposed to impede the fielder's ability to handle the ball. And normally that should have been it. However, I wasn't sure who, but someone, and it ended up being multiple people from the Top Speed dugout, went and charged at Logan Denholm. Both benches cleared, both bullpens cleared, and no punches were thrown, but as we came to find out, Logan Denholm was ejected for that initial collision because, as far as the umpires were concerned, they felt that he should have kind of gone around the first baseman, Grant St. Martin, to avoid the collision. And because the umpires felt that he did not do what they felt was enough to avoid it, they decided to eject Logan Denholm as In my opinion, it wasn't, I don't think, an intentional collision that he meant to hurt him. I think he was just frustrated and wanted to run and hopefully intimidate Grant St. Martin from not wanting to field that ball. But instead, St. Martin held his ground. The collision happened, but according to the umpires, Denholm should have tried to avoid it, and that's why, I should say. That is the reason because they ejected him. That's what I wanted to say. That's the reason because that he was supposed to avoid the collision, and that he did not, at least the umpires felt, did not do a good enough job in doing that. So, didn't get anyone to interview with us tonight. Understandably, they were not in the biggest of mood to talk with us. So, I think we'll just wrap it up here. I'll give you the final box score one more time just to wrap things up, and then we'll send you off for the evening. The Crabs, no runs, 6 hits. They committed 1 error. Top Speed Baseball, 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. The 6 base hits by the Crabs were only collected by 3 players. Each of them got 2 base hits. Each of them went, actually 2 of them went 2 for 4, another 2 for 3, but Brian Pozos 2 for 4, James Outman 2 for 4, Logan Bush went 2 for 3. And that was basically the only offense. The only RBI in the game. The only RBI in the game for either side came by Matt Minnick on that base hit to right field, and it looked like, again, he might have been thrown out before that run even came in to score, but Don Holfacker, the umpire, ruled that the run scored, and Tyson Fisher disagreed, got ejected, but as the scoring goes in the box score officially, Matt Minnick gets credit for an RBI single on that one. And the only RBI by either game, otherwise the error contributed to the other run for Top Speed, and that's it. As once again, Casey Brown, 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, picks up the win. Mario Morales, 2 scoreless innings of relief, allowing 1 hit and 3 strikeouts. Aaron Hurd picking up the loss, 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Oxton Ragsdale, Justin Watland combined for 3 scoreless innings. The Crabs and Top Speed Baseball at it again tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. Our usual Sunday afternoon games at the Arcata Ballpark. Top Speed and the Humboldt Crabs in the rubber match of this Game 3 series, as each team has split the first 2. Gates open at 11:30. We'll be back on the air around, I'd say, 12:20 or so. So we're going to say goodnight for now for everyone at Top Speed and everyone with the Crabs. Speaking for Hoke Hokum and Benjamin Schaefer, this is Kevin Wyatt saying so long from the Arcata Ballpark, where Top Speed Baseball beats the Humboldt Crabs 2-0, and both teams will be back at it for the rubber game tomorrow at 12:30. We'll be back on the air at 12:20. And don't forget, as always, after the Sunday afternoon games, kids are welcome to run the bases. Again, after the game, kids always welcome on Sundays after the game to run the bases. And really, what better way to have your kids burn off some energy for the afternoon than to come and run the bases. They also get to high-five the Crabs players as well. They get to high-five the Crabs players. So really, great event for the whole family to come tomorrow afternoon at the ballpark. Humboldt Crabs, Top Speed Baseball at 12:30. Gates open at 11:30. We're back on the air at 12:20. And until next time, have a very pleasant good evening, everybody.